Hello again, Scrap and Ames fans. How are we all? I am back yet again with another 12 by 12 traditional kind of layout for you. This layout is my entry for the May Scrap the Girls challenge, and as per the name, it is all about the girls. And the theme for this month was obviously something to do with like Mother's Day or something like that. Now, these photos I'm actually documenting an emergency kind of trip I had to hospital last year. And you'll see the photos, my daughter came to visit me while I was waiting to be admitted, and then my daughter and my niece, who are like 6 weeks apart, both came to visit and have morning tea one of the days that I was stuck in there with me. So I am just using, I think I just showed you the lovely Dear Lizzie paper, and I really like this paper. I love the watercolour mix as well as the little black dots just to make it sort of not just be too sort of plain, I thought. And it went well with the colours in my photos, where you can see like sort of mainly pink and blue to me is what pops out of this page. So I thought this backing paper with the soft tones of the blue and the pink as well as the yellow through it would suit really well. So what am I doing? Where am I doing? Okay, so I've just trimmed down my photos just to make them sort of sit a bit better. Now, there was no sketch to this. It was just a theme challenge kind of thing. So my photos are just going, I'm just playing around. I did have a bit of an idea as to where everything was going and then changed it. As you can see, I'm fussing around a little bit as to where everything's going to go. And I do have this video sped up to, I think it's nearly sort of 2 times. But yeah, I didn't need to edit too much out of this. It just was it was actually a really easy, straightforward layout. Once I had decided on everything that I was going to use, it just sort of come together. Sort of fell together really well. Now the ephemera pieces, die cuts, whatever pattern paper I'm using actually came in the May Kitaholic kit, main kit. It's a bit of a tongue tie, isn't it? So everything pretty much on this page is from that, as well as some printables that came as well with it. And my little border piece down the bottom is actually what do you call it? Like the barcode piece that I cut off the bottom of the page, and it tells you what it is and whatever. Yeah, I really liked it. It says it's really pretty. It's got little cameras that are love hearts. It says just love rates today and things like that. I just thought it went really well actually, so I kept it. Yeah. So as you can see, fiddling around trying to figure out where everything was going to go. As I said, I used some of the printables and I've used the die cut pack that came with it. Is the American Crafts Chamel. It was really, really cute. I really liked this piece. It's got, and I love bunnies, and so does my daughter. So this little one that says I love you, that's up the top there near the hello piece, just was perfect. And obviously the kit is put together really well by Steph at Kitaholic Kids. It goes really, really well. The colours and everything tie together, so it's great for someone like me who's not always confident in the putting everything, make sure everything goes. I think I overthink things too much. Anyway, so here we are, me just popping all the pieces. I've gone through, again, as I said, gone through all that, the die cut pack we got, and I'm just pulling out everything there. So I think, thumbs up. I am happy. So let's commit to this, and I start sticking down. So I pop on this foam here. I knew this photo here, which is the center photo. I don't even know what I'm looking for. Look at my hands. I have no idea. Oh, my scissors must have been missing. I think someone had taken my really good big scissors, and so I was really looking for them. I usually use these little blue handle ones that I think I just picked up at Kmart for a bit more like the fussy cutting and things like that because they're a bit finer. But anyway. So I'm popping this photo up on some foam just so it stands up a bit off the page. I really liked this photo, even though my daughter's holding a chocolate Tim Tam in front of my face. Maybe that's why I really like it. It's chocolate. Whatever. So yeah, as I said, and I just left the other 2 photos to sit flat against the pattern paper. Although you can't quite see it sort of popped up, but yeah. So just using some double-sided tape, which is being a bit funky with me when I did this layout, to stick it all down, really. As I said, this was a really easy layout. It didn't take a lot of editing here either because it just didn't go, it didn't take forever and ever once I'd sort of figured out what I was doing. I just did it. So for me, as I've said before, what I try and do is I sort of scrap by colour, I think. I do sometimes try and go by theme, but then I moved away from that because sometimes that can be a bit, I find, restrictive in regards to finding pieces that, in my stash that would work with some themes. So here I'm using the colours. As I said, I've used predominantly blue and pinks because that is what you can see. Like my daughter's jumper and my daughter and my niece's clothes really stand out. So that's how I scrap. I'm not sure how anyone else does things. I know some people do themes, and I think once upon a time when I first started, and every now and again now, I guess, I will do a theme, because you can get packs of things. Like, for example, a Mother's Day one, I've got ephemera kit packs in my stash that, are all about mum and loving mum and all this good stuff. There's other ones that might be a birthday theme and things like that. But things like these photos, I find, there's no theme for going to hospital. So I just use the colour. Please let me know, how do you scrap? What I think I've asked this before, but what, how do you get a layout pulled together? Do you use colour? Do you use theme? What other bits and pieces might people use? Be interested to see how other people do it. So just popping this die cut piece up on some double-sided foam tape, just to pop it up and stick it out. It says "So Very Beautiful," and again, it coordinates so well to everything. It's got a beautiful blue, green, like aqua teal kind of colours on it with the black background, so it pops up off the sort of pastel-looking background. And this little piece here says "Here and Now," and it was actually from the printables that we get, the exclusive printables you get in the kit. There we go. Yes, I've been trying to make sure I zoom in a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. All right, so I'm just going to journal on this little tag piece, just the date and what this is about. So it just says, Mum I don't cut this out for you, you don't actually see all of this. Mum goes to hospital, and I just write what's going on. So, and the date, that's all. You don't need to know too much. And as much as it seems like a bit of an odd thing to scrap, it's something that happened last year, and it took up a good couple of weeks for us as a family. So this will go into our family album. Yeah. But yeah, it was nice to see my girls. My mum brought them in and kept me amused and made me laugh and all the rest of it while I was stuck in a hospital bed. Alright, fighting with the tape here, trying to get these last few pieces down. Now I think I do add a few smaller pieces that are just from my stash. Just looking at the layout now, sitting next to me actually, which we'll see shortly anyway. I didn't actually have a specific title for this layout for a change. Sometimes I get really focused on doing titles, but sometimes we just don't need one. Like, what was I going to put as a title? I didn't want to put anything too drab, boring or whatever. So I just left it as it is. Sometimes you don't need to. I think sometimes the pictures are enough of a title. And this piece was my favourite piece, as it was for my little girl when she saw it, because we love our rabbits, our bunnies. So, and there was as you can see, there's a nice little pink and bluey coloured all right. So that's the main pieces all stuck down, I think. I then decided, I got these markers, these brush script markers in a recent haul from a craft fair that we had here in Canberra. So I decided to pop that pink up a little bit more. That hello is, watch my big head. I decided I'd give it a bit of a go and see how the pen would go doing an outline. And I think it worked out really, really well. You'll see it in the close-ups. And I like the outline it gives. It did pop that pink up a little bit more off the page without sort of making it stand out too much. Same with the camera. I do, as you'll see now, I just sort of colour in, I guess, around the edge, just to give things a bit more of a bold colour as well. And that blue matches in again as with that that sort of standing out blue of the jumper that my little girl's wearing. Now just popping down some enamel pieces. I think these ones are okay. Those pinky coloured ones are a Kaiser Craft that I got in one of the kits a few months ago. I think maybe in the February kit, maybe, because it's also lovey-dovey looking. And these are the ones I can't tell you exactly where. I think the other dots that I use, they may be the remaining last few pieces I have left of a reject shop ones that I got ages ago, and I haven't been able to get any more. So trying to savour them. Actually, I haven't been able to see any enamel dots kicking about the stores, so I might have to go for a bit of a scourer and see. Now I do look through some other ephemera pieces, as you see there. I tried the crepe, I think that was the crepe paper Hello Love tags. I didn't bother using anything from there. I didn't like anything, and as you can see here, these are some packs from my stash. This is actually the mum pack I was just talking about in regards to theme things. So I knew the page needed a little bit more, something else, especially around that photo. Yep, as you can see here in the centre. Nothing too major, but I wanted it to blend in a little bit. So the yellow I sort of thought popped really well with some of the other yellow accents in the page, like the watercolour paper, you know, the enamel dot I use. There's a little bit on the ephemera piece there that says so very beautiful. So yeah, that's what I'm doing here. So those pieces, as you can see, come from that Bella something. I bought it from Spotlight. God only knows how long ago. So yeah, I fiddle around with those, and these are one of the last few pieces that I do stick to onto the layout, and then this layout is pretty much done. So again, I do hope you enjoyed this 12 by 12 layout. I have another, I think it's a mixed media one, I could be wrong. I think what I've done, hang on, let me have a look. Actually, no. I have a bit of another 12 by 12 one. It's a bit mixed media-ish, following on actually from this page, like the hospital visit. And I do have a Project Life one that I am sitting here at my desk looking at that I'm going to film the process video for maybe tonight. We'll see how I feel. Otherwise, maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday for me, and generally that's kind of my day off. So I might try and have a bit of time to do some scrapping, and we'll see how we go. But now comes the close-ups for you. And as I said, if you liked this video, feel free to give me a thumbs up. That's always great to see how my videos are going. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more. And if you've got any questions, definitely leave me a comment. Or if you like what you see, it's always nice to get a thumbs up or a comment on it. Lets me know you like it. Have a great scrapping day, guys, and I will see you again next time with another layout share for you. See you later. Bye.